past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Okay, so we have Lloyd Owen with us, an actor from Rings of Power. How are you feeling today?
All good, yeah. Delighted that this day has finally arrived.
I know, it's not Halda, it's not, the rain would have been awful if it was raining.
It would be, well, we'd have survived.
We'd have survived.
It rains in
Rings of
Middle
Power,
Earth, man.
come on, yeah.
It doesn't rain in Númenor.
Exactly.
It's always beautiful in Númenor.
Exactly. Tell us a bit more about your character, please.
I play a character called Elendil, who, if you know something of The Lord of the Rings, he's Aragorn's 38th great-great-great-grandfather.
Okay.
But as we find him at the beginning of the series, he is a ship's captain, very capable. He's recently been widowed, so he's dealing with the loss of his wife, and he's trying to bring up his 3 adult children. They've moved to the capital city of Númenor. And he slowly gets sucked into the politics of Númenor because there's a bit of a schism happening in society. It's become a little bit of a binary choice between the goodies, the goodies and the baddies, but the king's men and the faithful. And Elendil is faithful because of his elvish line to Elros, so his heart is telling him to get involved.
Yeah.
But his practical, pragmatic head is saying, this is dangerous. If you want to keep your family safe, stay away. And it's a very Tolkienian theme of finally understanding what your fate is and having to meet it head on. So a reluctant hero, and seeking a way through the morass.
Yeah. Would you say that some of the themes from Lord of the Rings are continued into the Rings of Power, or do you reckon there's sort of newer themes kind of added into the series?
Yeah, I think the overall themes are very much there. I mean, and people often say about Tolkien it's just about good versus evil.
Yeah.
But I think he's much more grey than that. It's much more about how difficult it is to be human, to make moral choices when you have no roadmap. And I think those themes are very much there. But what we find in our show is all of these realms at the peak of their powers. The Dwarven kingdom, the Elven kingdom, the Númenorians, and what we watch is how, because if you know The Lord of the Rings, that's like post-apocalypse. But this is the peak. How do we get to the apocalypse? We're going to show you.
Yeah. Do you, for fans, is it something that you need to watch The Lord of the Rings to be able to watch the series, or can it be the other way around, that you watch the series first?
I would absolutely recommend, if you don't know anything about The Lord of the Rings and Tolkien, don't watch the movies, don't read the books of The Lord of the Rings. Watch Rings of Power, because this predates all those by thousands of years. And so it'll be such a rich, long experience for you to find out how all of these events happen.
Yeah.
So you can happily say to your friends that are obsessed, I'm not reading it just now.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until I watch Rings of Power and then I'll understand.
I love that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, so we have Charles with us today. How do you feel?
Very good, very excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You look very excited. You're so smiley.
I am very smiley. Well, it's hard not to be because we're surrounded by Middle Earth, suddenly in the middle of Leicester Square.
And I was speaking to someone else and they were saying, even if it was raining, we would have been fine. There's no rain in Middle Earth, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It rains a lot on the half-flips, I seem to remember. I remember being in my hotel room in New Zealand, knowing that they were filming out in the mud at 3 in the morning in the rain. But that doesn't happen to the elves very often.
It's fine. Yeah. So you obviously shot the film in New Zealand. How was that?
It was a wonderful time, a very unique time, done at a very, obviously, an extremely challenging time in world history. And working on any film set is always a bit of a bubble anyway from your real life, but we were like a bubble within a bubble because New Zealand was bubbled at that time for the rest of the world. So, and it bonded us, I think, in an extraordinary way, inspired by the extraordinary people of New Zealand who, are exemplary in how to be good people, how to be good humans, and I think that really kind of rubbed off on us.
Yeah. In terms of locations, obviously New Zealand was where Lord of the Rings was shot.
Yeah.
Are any of these sort of locations the same? Is there anything that the fans can see which is similar to the Lord of the Rings?
From the movies?
In terms of location-wise?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes,
yeah?
I'm sure. I can't list the locations in the movies, but yeah. So I think there's plenty of different places they used.
Yeah. In terms of your character, what does that? Is it a newer character? Is it an old?
He's a character who is mentioned by Tolkien. There are a few of us who have what we call canon characters, i.e. they've been mentioned by Tolkien, and how far they're developed by him is is sometimes varies. My character is an important character, but he's sketched. Therefore, there is room for play and discussion and collaboration over how we take him forward.
Yeah. Obviously, with this not being based off a book, how was it sort of playing these characters? Because it wasn't sort of like you can refer back to the book, or you have something to work off.
Yeah. Well, you do. You have an arc. Tolkien gives you, in my case, for example, Tolkien gives you a character arc. He tells you what he did and the import of what he did.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's it.
So you then within those lulls, he's so naughty. He keeps doing that behind my head.
I love it.
There's plenty.
How handsome is this guy?
I told him. Look how smiley and looks lovely.
I'm trying to talk sensibly about Tolkien.
We should be the next Bond. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right
Should
here
be the
in
next
front of
Bond.
us.
Endorsed by Sir Lenny Henry. Can I just say? Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much.
That's
Appreciate
fine.
it. Thank you.
If you had the original version of the story, it'd be like this. Frodo, Bilbo, he could be in all war.
Oh, what?
It'd be
Yeah.
great, wouldn't it? But how great that someone from the Midlands has created this world which keeps somehow weaving itself into new stories. This story is based 1,000 years before
Yep.
all the kind of the Lord of the Rings and the Peter Jackson canon. This is a brand new bunch of stories, and the showrunners Patrick and JD have woven this completely new legendarium from the original cloth.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to be. Ed Sheeran's just arrived. I'm very excited to be involved in it. It's really glorious.
Yeah, yeah. What would you like to say about your character?
My
How
character
is it?
Sadok is the elder. He
Yeah.
has wisdom. It's his job to protect everybody, and if there's a problem, to try and help sort it out with wisdom.
Yes.
The only problem is Nori and Poppy are very mischievous
Yeah.
and keep transgressing and running off into the woods. And there's a possibility they might get eaten by wolves or chased by giants. We don't know, but they're always in trouble. And it's Sadok's job to keep them out of trouble.
Yes.
But this is the beginning of a story,
Yeah.
and within moments, everybody's in trouble, and
Yeah.
Sadok's trying to hold it all together.
Yeah.
So that's my role in it, really.
Yeah. In terms of it being a series, obviously we're used to having films with Lord of the Rings, The Hobbits. How well do you think it is going to work for the viewers to watch it as a series?
What's great about this is it's 1,000 years before the kind of Lord of the Rings stories, so it's very much a very good entry point for the viewers. There's a lot explained in the first 2 episodes about the worlds and about the formation of the rings and about the kings and about good and evil. So there's a lot explained to you early doors.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to episode 3, you'll know enough to be able to enjoy the rest of the story.
Okay, so we have Sophia Nombete with us today. How are you feeling?
Feeling
Yeah?
excited, overwhelmed with joy, empowered. I'm feeling good. Feeling all right.
You look lovely. You look stunning. I love it. I love your hair.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have the transformers of the glam and stylist team, and I'm wearing this beautiful Roxander. She is
Yeah.
a genius and a friend, so I'm very
Yes,
excited.
everything. I'm looking at your earrings now. I'm thinking, oh my god, they're
Thank you,
gorgeous as well. Full analysis of your outfit. Tell us a bit more about your character.
Princess Deesa.
Yes. You look like a
She
princess.
is our,
How fitting.
she is our first truly seen and featured female dwarf that we've ever seen cinematically in the world of Tolkien. I mean, this is an iconic moment. She is a formidable character, full of heart, domesticity, matched with an arc of kind of magic and gifts and strength and power.
Yeah.
She's wife to Prince Durin IV. She's a mother, hugely relatable, but really, really exciting. And she's a can of badass as well.
How was it playing that character? I mean, you went to New Zealand, you did the shooting there. How difficult was it just to get, it was COVID times, wasn't it? How difficult was it?
Yeah, I mean, look, the world was going through such difficulty, so actually we just felt really blessed to be working and embraced by such a wonderful community as New Zealand is. I was a new mum. My daughter was 8 weeks old when I flew out to shoot this show, and so it was 2 iconic journeys happening at the same time. But we were embraced by that world, and yes, there were some challenges.
Yeah.
Yes, we couldn't go home, but we were also immersed with each other as a family and in this amazing story. So lots of joy and positivity.
Yeah,
to take from that.
I was asking a few viewers and I was like, what are you expecting from Rings of Power? And a lot of them were very excited, don't get me wrong, but they were just like, you don't know. Is that something that you guys wanted to purposefully keep under wraps with what they're kind of going to find out in the series?
I think Tolkien invites us to communicate and converse about stuff and wonder and debate and I guess I don't think we've tried to do that. I think we've tried to hold everything so dear because we want it to come out in this way.
Yeah.
This is the only way to see it. It's one huge explosion. So we've kind of kept it to our hearts so that everyone else can have the best experience. And we only hope that they do have the experience that we had.
They will. The trailers look glorious, so I'm sure it will be amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Really good to
Nice
talk
to meet you. No, how are you feeling?
I'm very well. I'm very excited. I've not seen Leicester Square looking so Middle-earthy.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
much
it
work
really
put
is.
into it. You know what? I felt a raindrop on my arm, and
Oh,
it
no.
doesn't rain in Middle
Oh, no.
Earth.
It's either that or a little bird.
Oh no. But yeah, so tell us a bit more about your character, please.
Well, I play Durin the Fourth. He's a prince of Khazad-dûm. He's in line to the throne, and he's a very lovable,
Yeah.
angry, Scottish
Scottish.
dwarf, and he's a different being. I absolutely love him.
Yes, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really owned that sort of character, haven't you?
Yeah, well, he's always been in there somewhere.
Just took a bit of time to come
yeah,
out.
that's it. It's a
Yeah.
Celtic thing, I suppose.
Yeah. In terms of it being a series, how do you feel it would kind of come through to the audience? Because we're so used to films with The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. You know, how are they going to get used to it being a series? Like, is that going to work in their, in their head?
Yeah, I
Do you think it's gonna be-
think it's perfect for Tolkien's work, for Middle-earth, because so much has been written. It means that we get to explore more and
more depth.
live with these characters for longer. So you get a taste of Middle-earth. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited that it's a series, and I think it was meant to be like that. I think.
Yeah.